YAHUAH. All right, so let's get into the next message here today that I have for you guys, which is staying away from mediums or people like psychics and witchcraft. Alright, so here we got a bunch of pictures of some pretty evil stuff going on. But here are the scriptures we're going to use today. Witchcraft, or Leviticus 19, verse 31. Also chapter 20, verses 1 through 7. And then 26 through 27. And we'll go to Devarim, or Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verses 9 through 14. For Samuel, chapter 15, verses 22 and 23. Hazayon, or Revelation 21, 6 through 8. And Yeshayahu, or Isaiah, chapter 8, verses 19 through 22. And let's see what the word has to say for us. First, we have Witchcraft, Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 31 is written, "Do not defile yourselves by turning to mediums or to those who consult the spirits of the dead. I am Yahuwah, your YAHUAH." So you have no need. You have no need for these so-called psychics. You have no need for those who try to speak to the dead, because you have Yahuwah, and He is your YAHUAH. He knows all. They do not. And let's go to chapter 20. Verses 1 through 3. Then Yahuwah Dabar, or said to Musha, "Give the people of Yasharal these instructions, which apply both to native Yasharolim and to the foreigners living in Yasharal. If any of them offer their children as a sacrifice to Moloch, they must be put to death. The people of the community must stone them to death." So, sacrificing your children to Moloch, get stoned to death back in those times. That's a pretty severe penalty. Verse 3, "I myself will turn against them and cut them off from the community, because they have defiled my sanctuary and brought shame on my Kadash name by offering their children to Moloch." Let's continue, verse 4. "And if the people of the community ignore those who offer their children to Moloch and refuse to execute them, I myself will turn against them and their families and will cut them off from the community. This will happen to all who commit spiritual prostitution by worshiping Moloch. I will also turn against those who commit spiritual prostitution by putting their trust in mediums or in those who consult the spirits of the dead. I will cut them off from the community. So set yourselves apart to be Kadash, for I am Yahuwah, your YAHUAH." So not only is staying away from mediums echoed here, there's a very serious comparison that is made here. Okay, what this is saying is that following mediums or consulting spirits of the dead is the same as sacrificing your children to Moloch. I mean, it's spiritual prostitution. It's pretty serious. You really need to stay away from this stuff. It's considered the same as sacrificing your children. "You must be Kadash, because I, Yahuwah, am Kadash. I have set you apart from all other people to be my very own. Men and women among you who act as mediums or who consult the spirits of the dead must be put to death by stoning. They are guilty of a capital offense." This is repeated here. Very, very serious. Put to death by stoning. It is a capital offense. Stay away from this stuff. Devarim, Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verses 9 through 11. When you enter the land YAHUAH, your YAHUAH, is giving you, be very careful not to imitate the detestable customs of the nations living there. For example, never sacrifice your son or daughter as a burnt offering, and do not let your people practice fortune-telling, or use sorcery, or interpret omens, or engage in witchcraft, or cast spells, or function as mediums or psychics, or call forth the spirits of the dead. Once again, it is compared to sacrificing your children, fortune-telling, sorcery, witchcraft, casting spells, all this stuff. Trust in YAHUAH, not in this nonsense of witchcraft and these psychics. Let's continue. Anyone who does these things is detestable to YAHUAH. It is because the other nations have done these detestable things that YAHUAH, your YAHUAH, will drive them out ahead of you. But you must be blameless before YAHUAH, your YAHUAH. The nations you are about to displace consult sorcerers and fortune-tellers, but YAHUAH, your YAHUAH, forbids you to do such things. You are forbidden. Do not take part in these things. 1 Shemuel, chapter 15. But Shemuel replied, "What is more pleasing to YAHUAH, your burnt offerings and sacrifices, or your obedience to the voice of YAHUAH? Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice, and submission is better than offering the fat of rams. For rebellion is the same sin as witchcraft, and stubbornness is the same as worshiping idols." I mean, we've talked about idols here. We've been over it. "So because you have rejected the command YAHUAH gave you, YAHUAH has also rejected you as king." So rebellion is the same as witchcraft, and the stubbornness is the same as worshiping idols. We're comparing worshiping idols to witchcraft, and we know not to worship idols. Okay, that's the second commandment. Let's move on here. Yeshayahu, Isaiah, chapter 8. Someone may say to you, "Let us ask the mediums and those who consult the spirits of the dead. With their whisperings and mutterings, they will tell us what to do." But should people not ask their YAHUAH for guidance? Should the living seek guidance from the dead? You see, why would you seek guidance from the dead? Why would you seek guidance from a fortune teller or a medium or anything like that? YAHUAH knows, and he will tell you the truth, and then you will be free. Look at the instructions and teachings of YAHUAH. People who contradict YAHUAH's dabar are completely in the dark. So if you're doing this stuff, don't be surprised when you end up in the dark. They will go from one place to another, weary and hungry, and because they are hungry, they will rage and curse their king and their YAHUAH. They will look up to Shemayim and down at the Arad. But wherever they look, there will be trouble and anguish and dark despair. They will be thrown out into darkness. So, if you're doing this stuff, you're going to struggle. You're going to have a really bad time. You're going to be thrown out into the darkness. And finally, Hazayon, Revelation 21. Verse 6. And I heard also, "It is finished. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To all who are thirsty, I will give freely from the springs of the water of life. All who are victorious will inherit all these baraka, and I will be their YAHUAH, and they will be my children. But cowards, unbelievers, the corrupt, murderers, the immoral, those who practice witchcraft, idol worshippers, and all liars, their fate is in the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. You see, if you're practicing witchcraft, if you're consulting mediums, if you're trying to speak to the dead, your fate is already sealed, and you will be thrown in the fiery lake of burning sulfur, and there will be no hope for you. And so, as I said, stay away from mediums and witchcraft. I mean, here's some more examples, you know, little fortune teller card games. I mean, they market this stuff to kids. Stay away from it. And Tuda Rabba Yahuwah Sabaoth Bah Sham Yahusham Shiak.
Toda Rabba Yahuwah, brother. You have a look at things like Harry Potter as well. You know, people think it's all innocent, and it's witchcraft all over the place. You know, if people are letting their children watch that, they don't understand what's really going on. Like Hollywood, the name Hollywood is made from a witch's wand.
Yep.
You know, that's what they make witches' wands out of. They're casting a spell over everybody. People need to wake up to this. Just, you know, it's everywhere.
Yep. Yeah. Well, so many people. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no. I was just going to say we don't even have a TV.
Right.
Because of that, we don't watch TV. We don't have a TV in our house. We haven't had one for like 8 years, maybe 7 years.
It's really crazy. Just the way people say, "Oh, it's just fun for the kids." You know, like you were saying about Harry Potter. I mean, those books, they were all aimed at young children. And you know, I mean, even like Disney cartoons and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
You can't even have them on for like more than 5 minutes without them talking about magic and all this nonsense. It's evil.
Yeah.
Depart from it.
Yeah.
Brother Dasta, you got something?
Yeah. Yahuwah will cut you off. Yahuwah will cut you off if you put your trust in mediums and commit spiritual prostitution. Yahuwah takes this very serious. Rebellion against Yahuwah is the same thing as witchcraft. Stubbornness is the same as worshiping idols. Never seek guidance from the dead. Focus on the instructions and teachings of Yahuwah. If you do any of the things that it says not to do, and you practice witchcraft or spiritual prostitution, you will be cut off and you will stay in the dark. And that's the truth. Toda Rabba Yahuwah Sabaoth Bahasham Yahusham Mashiach.
Toda Rabba Yahuwah Sabaoth. You see, this is my major focus on the scriptures all through. You know, images, the second commandment, and this part of the commandment, which is this second commandment, is one of the commandments that I always tell people every day: be very careful. Be very careful where your heart is. Where your heart is. Because Yahuwah said, you must not carve any image. You must not bow down to any image. You must not carve and you must not bow down to any image. He said, for I am a jealous Allah who will not tolerate your affection. Yahuwah said, will not tolerate your own affection that you have. You think you are the one that have affection. Yahuwah said, will not tolerate that affection. Your affection with any other, nothing else. If your affection is towards your cloth, this is your cloth that you are wearing, that you are putting on your affection. Oh, if I did not wear this cloth, I will not. Some people say if I did not put on some cloth, they don't have luck. I don't have luck if I did not put on this cloth. So if this cloth that me to have good luck. What is good luck actually? This is part of the things that Yahuwah is talking to you about. Nothing like good luck. There's nothing like luck anywhere. Focus on Yahuwah only. Focus on only Yahuwah. That shirt that you are looking at, this is my good luck shirt, or this is my good luck shoe, this is my good luck wristwatch, this is my good luck pair. You are already your affection. You are sharing your affection with something that means nothing. And this is what YAHUAH told you. He's telling you again now. He said he will not tolerate your affection with any other. If you want to really serve YAHUAH, you must serve him in the Ruach and in Amat. That which is in the spirit and in truth. In the spirit and in truth, you must not divide your attention. You must not divide your affection. Some people is money that is their affection. Some people is their boss that is the loss over their boss. The loss, that ruach of loss. We pray for YAHUAH to give you his direction right now, so that you will walk in his guidance, in his life. And when you walk in YAHUAH's guidance and his life, never fall into temptation. It should never come out of. You will always come out of every challenges. Challenge is part of life. You will see that some persons are passing through challenge. They will go and look for who will help them. Medium. Okay, the medium will not be telling them to do this before 2 o'clock. They will say, do not put this thing under your head, or go and bath in the midnight. Bath. So those are rubbish. Just focus on YAHUAH and you will be free. The scripture says, when you know the truth that you know will set you free. And when you are free, you will be free indeed from every distraction of this world. Awesome message, brother Robert. All right.
Yeah, good message there, brother Robert. And why would you want to consult with mediums when we can consult with the Most High?
Yeah, what do they know that he doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. They're just consulting with Shadim, which are demons, right? And they will lead you astray and all that. They're territorial demons. They know your genealogy and all of that. So they can tell you things because they've been following you for generations, right? But why would we want to consult with them? We consult with the Most High, YAHUAH. Consult with the Ruach HaKodesh that lives in us, for the kingdom is within us.